subsidy. James, great to see you again. And so
Thank you.
A lot of speculation after Mr. Clinton made those remarks about whether he was trying to create distance between Hillary Clinton, and obviously contender possibly for 2016, and Barack Obama / Obamacare. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, we're talking about 5% of the market. Then of that 5%, we're talking about people who got insurance after 2010. And then of that segment, we're talking about people who make 4 times more than the poverty line.
Was he trying to create distance?
I'm giving you the question. I'm giving you the answer. All right? So we're talking about a very limited thing. I have no idea. I think what he said made sense. And, of course, the White House came back and said, well, we agree with President Clinton because President Obama told Chuck Todd a week ago or so that they were going to work on a way to try to get these people included. So I don't know.
They're going to look for fixes, which, you know, one trial balloon floated, we believe, to the Huffington Post was perhaps there'll be premium subsidies, which will require congressional approval, which most people do not believe will happen. But my question is, why would Bill Clinton weigh in on this? And what do you make of the speculation it's for his wife's political fortunes? Well,
first of all, President Obama weighed on this a week ago. Senator Landrieu has weighed in on it. It was a topic of hot conversation, and I do not know if he did it in response to a question brought up himself. But look, there's a lot of that's had a rough time here, and there's been a lot. The president's numbers are down, so it's kind of a political vacuum here. People move into it. But I don't think what the president said applies to very few people, and I'm not sure what his motivation was. But I think it was just reacting to something that is popular, that these people don't lose their insurance, is my guess.
It's not, but it doesn't apply to very few people. The latest numbers are that 5 million people have lost their insurance thus far. 5 million.
You know, people lose their insurance all the time, Megan. The people losing insurance before Obamacare. No,
it's not coincidental. I mean, there's no question that it's due to this law.
How many people lost their insurance in 2009? We just keep throwing figures out.
But when you do that, you undermine the position of your party because you're diminishing the real loss that people are feeling. We've had testimonials night after night on our air. Even Kirsten Powers tonight on Special Report was talking about how she had a great plan that she loved as a Democrat, that she loved. It's been canceled. Her premium's been doubled. And she says people who suggest otherwise are just misleading.
Well, I can't tell you one person. I can tell you that this covers 5% of the market.
But that's 15 million people.
Hold on just a second. You got to take out all the people that had insurance before 2010, and you have to take out anybody that's under 4 times above the poverty line. I mean, usually when they come on, you read, well, this person actually fares better under Obamacare.
All right. Well, that's a different debate.
We just can't sling numbers around that we lose, all these people lose their insurance because of
Obamacare. Well, the estimates are it could be as high as 129 million once the employer mandate kicks in, but that's a debate for a different day. That's a debate for a different day because you're not a healthcare policy expert, and neither am I. Okay, but I've had people on the show who talked about those numbers. What I want to talk to you about is politics, because that is your area of expertise. And it's no accident that Bill Clinton weighed in on this, James. You know that's the truth. Don't spin it. Why would he do it? I mean, is this basically trying to say to the American people or to the Democrats, it's okay to run? It is okay to distance yourself from this law. The grand poobah of the Democratic Party is saying it's all right.
First of all, let's be honest. We're talking about a very small part of the law. We're not talking about the whole law. He completely supports the law that it is. Any law that you make that is this magnitude, you're going to have to change parts of this. So we shouldn't overstate what the president said.
Okay.
This has been brought up before the Congress. Senator Landrieu said she wanted to do this. Senator Feinstein said she wanted to do this.
Tonight.
President Obama said a week ago that he wanted to do this.
No, they're not on the same page.
Yes, he did. Well, again, listen to what Jay Carney said today. You say they're not on the same page. Jay Carney says they are.
Jay Carney said it would be like throwing out the baby with the bathwater if they tried to actually reinstate those insurance policies. The administration thus far appears to be talking about some fix, which all we've heard so far could be a premium subsidy.
The president told Chuck Todd that he would like to fix it where these people could keep their insurance.
Honor the commitment that was made, right? How can they do that? I mean, that's what Senator Landrieu and Bill Clinton are on the same page. Try to keep the insurance, but the problem is that possible? They've already been canceled. The insurance companies have moved on.
Well, they're canceled in the individual market. I think something like only 17% keep their insurance from year to year. So this was happening. The idea that somehow or another no one got the insurance canceled before 2010 is just absurd.
That's not the suggestion, though.
Well,
That's not, a lot of these policies were changed. They were only changed incrementally.
Yeah, but Megan, you keep making the assertion that these people lose health insurance all the time. People particularly lose their health insurance in the individual market.
But it wasn't meant to be this way, James. It wasn't meant to be this way. We had one of the architects of Obamacare on this show last night, a Democrat, the senior advisor to President Obama on this law, who said we did not mean for the individual insurance market to essentially be canceled, these insurance companies to have to cancel these policies. That's not the way it was supposed to go down.
Again, it could be any number of reasons, but I think what the president said and what they're looking for here is a way to fix this. But again, you have to be, again, as President Clinton was pretty clear that he was talking about a very narrow segment of the population that was even within there.
Let me ask you this.
I say what I keep, it's true.
Let me ask you this, though, because there's a question about whether these polls are in free fall and whether the president's in free fall and what the Democrats are going to do as a response. The latest poll from Quinnipiac came out today. It shows that President Obama's approval rating is now at 39%. Look at the fall that he's had just in the past month. It was 45 on October 1. And is the president trustworthy? And is he honest? Look at these numbers. Now, only 44% believe he is trustworthy. 52% say he is not honest. And that's another precipitous fall from October 1. Is there now, does that now explain why Democrats like Dianne Feinstein, who's not up for re-election, Mary Lander, who is and voted for this law, are now starting to come out and say, we want to actually keep the president's promise?
You know what? When your poll numbers fall, you run into political trouble. There's no denying that. Okay, I can't. And if you ask me, that some of this is a result of his political position weakening, sure it is.
Well, it's more than that. I mean, my question is really, has he sacrificed his credibility in making a promise that he did not keep?
You take some polls that are the right now in time. Look, this feels like August 2011 when the Republicans were going to win the election and everything was going to be fine. He couldn't win. He came back. I mean, you can't take one poll or one set of polls or one period of polling. If this thing rolls out on November 30th, as people hope it does, his poll numbers will probably go up. The truth of the matter is that this rollout has been not just a disaster, it's been a joke, and people look at it and they say, you know, he's not doing that. I don't think he's doing a very good job. To some extent, you can't blame some people for thinking that. But you remember
1992 better than anybody, right? And you and Stephanopoulos and Bill Clinton got elected. You got him elected as president. And one of the things you exploited was a promise by President George H.W. Bush: "Read my lips, no new taxes." A broken promise can be the difference between election and not election for the party. And the question is, how much damage has Barack Obama done to your party by what was clearly an unkept promise?
You know, honestly, I don't think in 2016, if this thing rolls out fine, I think it'll be fine. I look at all these polls, and if I was in a Republican Party, you want to talk about something in free fall, look at the approval rating of the Republican Party. It's been in free fall for I don't know how long.
All right.
But I think that you're looking for a bigger deal here. But his political position is weakening. There is no doubt about that.
Last question for you. Elizabeth Warren, Hillary's nightmare, according to the New Republic, when it comes to 2016. Your thoughts on that?
You know, everybody, that's one person. Noam Chomsky is a good guy, good reporter, Tulane grad, Rhodes Scholar, taught in my class. I don't think that Elizabeth Warren is considering running for president, but, you know, wait and see. It's a big office. I think Hillary will be fine. I think she will.
All right, James Carville, always great to see you.
Thank you, Megan. I always love to be on your show.